All right, good morning, day 26. I am getting ready to head out with my full pack. And I am saying goodbye to David, 5-stack. Thank you so much. Like, this has been really a lifesaver.
It's been wonderful. It's been a joy to have you.
Thanks so much. All right, well,
And good luck.
Thank you so much. I'll keep you posted.
All right.
Well, so David just dropped me off, and he really was such an incredible help. I mean, I spent 6 nights at their cabin, and he took me to urgent care. He took me to the grocery store several times. He took me to Outdoor 76 a couple of times. He shuttled me for 3 slack packs. It was amazing. And I wanted to have it on record that it is 36 degrees. 36 degrees. This is definitely the coldest weather that I've hiked in since I started this hike. There has been colder weather out here, but I have either been sleeping in it or at a hostel. So I'm amazed that I'm just wearing a long sleeve shirt, but the sun is really nice and warm. Plus, this is a pretty steep trail. I'm going to Wayah Bald today, and it is a really blue sky day, so it should just be super gorgeous. So I wanted to give an update on this whole peeing standing up using the pee style thing, and just let y'all know that it is still absolutely like a miracle and totally revolutionizes my hike. I don't have to go nearly as far away from the trail. I can leave my pack on. It takes hardly any time. It's amazing. This whole morning I've been hiking. This road has been close by. It goes up to Wayah Bald, I'm pretty sure. And so I'm crossing the road now, and these steps look a little bit like a ladder. They're not, but they're really steep. So I wanted to document it. I'm going to show you guys a little trick I learned from a podcast I heard on Backpacker Radio. It's a great snack tip. If you crush up your chips and put them in a Ziploc bag, they pack down much smaller than if you just put a bag of chips in your pack. An additional benefit to this is then I eat them with a spoon, and that keeps me from putting my fingers in my mouth, which is not super sanitary. I think I can see Wayah Bald over there where I was yesterday. So I just met a couple women on trail. Actually, 3 women in a row went by. 2 of them are together. And I found out that they are basically hiking in a male bubble. And they both said that it was really nice to see another woman out here. So that's interesting because before I took those 2 zeros a few days ago and slack packed the shorter miles, I was hiking around a lot of women. So the Bartram Trail goes off that way, but it joins with the AT right here. So the trail is the road. There's a trash can down there. And then up there is the Wayah Bald Fire Tower. There are just endless views on the way up to the fire tower. I love a good educational sign. I've seen so many videos of this myself. It's cool to be here. So I'm on top of the fire tower, and you can see in the distance there is a parking area and there are pit toilets there. This is luxury stuff out here, and just a really incredible view. Just amazing. I love this so much because I can actually see the labels on things. So in the distance, so many places I've been. Deep Gap, Standing Indian, Albert Mountain, Wayah Bald. Look at all this. This is so cool. And then the places, some of the places I'm going, I'm guessing. Maybe not, I don't know. This is so cool. I love this sign. So I noticed that Asheville and Cullowhee are on here. Bryson City. I might be grocery shopping there in a little bit. But Cullowhee is a place I've spent a lot of time. And so apparently I can see that from here, but I guess it's just to the left of that like double mountain. It's just, this is such an amazing view. I'm like blown away. Oh. Okay, so that's Deep Gap and that's Standing Indian. That's where I climbed after the hour-long amazing trail magic. That was a 2.4 mile climb on my 12.5 mile day. It's cool to, really cool to see it from a distance. I'm at Wayah Bald shelter, and the only tent site that I saw that was flat was already occupied. So I found this pretty flat spot that is tiny, but boy did I have to rig my tent. The line is going around the log and it barely reaches, and it's a little wonky inside. But I made it work and it's pretty flat. I'm getting ready to get into my tent for the night. And I wanted to show you around. I think those hikers are maybe talking about where to hang their food, plus there's a dog going for a walk. You can see some tents and a hammock, and that way is where a lot more tents are. There are about 13 tents, maybe 12 tents and a hammock, and I estimate about 16 people here. So when I took that video outside of my tent earlier, it was about 6:30 and I was getting ready to climb in, and now I am in my tent. I'm in my sleep clothes. I'm inside my sleeping quilt, and it is 7:10. It was warm enough while I was fixing dinner. I think I ate dinner around 4:30, maybe 5. It was warm enough because the sun was out. It felt really good. And then when the sun started to go down behind the trees, it got a little chilly, and I had been sitting. So I just don't have anything else I really want to be doing except being in my cozy tent. And I am so happy to have finagled this crazy tent spot instead of being in the shelter, because it's supposed to be 30 degrees tonight and it's going to be really cold in that shelter. So I will be cozy in here. So today I hiked from Wayah Gap, where the road crosses, to Wayah Bald shelter, and that was only 5.1 miles. And for the most part, my body felt pretty good. There was one point where I was just climbing, and my body was complaining, so I just sat down and took a break for 30 minutes, and then I felt fine. I think that Wayah Bald, where the fire tower was and those gorgeous views, I think that's possibly my favorite of the AT so far. Just really so beautiful. This is what the vestibule of right outside my tent looks like. So I use this Tyvek folded up, which is what I use in the shelter when I sleep underneath my sleeping pad, but it's great for sitting and a ground cover. And my cook pot is what's in the orange bag, and that is clean. And I just leave all that outside. And my bear vault is about 175 feet away. It's supposed to be 200, but I found a really good spot where I could pin it. Since it's forecast to be below freezing overnight, well, really early morning, I need to store my water filter inside my sleeping bag so I can keep it warm enough. The water filter is ruined if it freezes, and then unfiltered water passes through it.